I believe we have all participants back in the court. Now I'll hand over back to you, the court proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yusuf. Thank you. I just want confirmation. Do I see the applicants team? Can I see the leader of the applicants team and the leader of the respondents team, please? Okay, thank you. And the respondents team?
Present, respondent.
Oh, okay, thank you. I will now invite our judges. We want to really appreciate you all. You are very young, dynamic, and you have indeed taken a very bold step in reaching this finalist stage of this.
I believe Judge President might be having some issues with connection. While maybe she tried to reconnect, I'm not very sure whether we could ask Justice Anukam to temporarily assume the duties initially given to the Judge President. Justice Anukam?
Okay, I'll do so while we wait for her. Yes, as the presiding judge was saying, we want to say that we are all so impressed with your presentation. It shows that you have done your homework thoroughly well. And indeed, both side counsel for the applicants as well as the counsel for the respondent state did very well. You were thorough, your references were correct, maybe save for one or two. And it also showed that you have very good understanding of the jurisprudence of the African Commission, the African Court, as well as our sister courts, which is very good. We can see that your future is very bright, and we commend you and we celebrate you for having come to this stage. We know it has not been easy, and we say congratulations to both teams. So I just concluded the statement purportedly by the presiding judge. I will now call on my colleagues to also make their remark. Professor Lawrence, you have the floor, ma'am. Thank you.
Merci, Madame la Présidente, Madame Anoukam. Merci, Madame le juge. Écoutez, chers étudiants, je tiens à m'inscrire dans les paroles qui ont été jusqu'à présent prononcées. Nous avons tous très, très sincèrement été impressionnés par la qualité de vos interventions. Vous avez maîtrisé avec brio les faits du cas, qui étaient des faits très compliqués, avec une somme inouïe de dates à retenir, de faits précis à retenir. Et puis vous avez, et cela a été déjà souligné, manié là aussi avec beaucoup d'aisance et beaucoup de connaissances et d'approfondissement la jurisprudence de la Cour africaine, de la Commission et, comme l'a dit Madame Anoukam, des courseurs. La formule est très jolie. Et d'une manière générale, de la jurisprudence internationale. Donc, vous êtes des jeunes garçons et jeunes filles africains très prometteurs, car votre continent a besoin de talents comme les vôtres pour défendre au quotidien les droits de l'homme. Et cette maîtrise du droit africain des droits de l'homme comme du droit international des droits de l'homme vous permettra à l'avenir d'être eh bien, dans ce domaine, soit comme juge, soit comme avocat, pour défendre cette cause qui est très très importante. Et vous n'êtes pas sans savoir que c'est une cause sans fin. Car dès qu'un pays ou une région ça s'agit, eh bien en réalité les troubles réapparaissent ailleurs et que la défense des droits de l'homme est un processus continu. et votre continent, votre beau continent a besoin de vous. Donc, continuez à travailler parce que ce que nous avons aussi remarqué, c'est le travail incroyable que vous avez abattu avec beaucoup de dextérité, vraiment beaucoup d'intelligence et d'engagement. Donc, ce travail est la source aujourd'hui de votre succès pour être arrivé en finale. Continuez à travailler. C'est le grand conseil que je peux vous donner, c'est de continuer dans cette veine. On n'a jamais rien sans travail. Et là, vous êtes arrivé au sommet de cette compétition extrêmement dure, dans des conditions très difficiles au regard de cette pandémie qui immobilise le monde, mais qui ne vous a pas empêché d'être actifs, engagés. Et ça nous a tous fait plaisir. Donc encore un très grand bravo. Continuez sur cette lancée, continuez à bien travailler.
Thank you very much. May we now hear the closing remarks by Judge. So Honorable Chairperson Solomon Desu. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to join colleagues in thanking the competitors for a work very well done. I would like to say that I was also very impressed with the quality of the presentation by both teams and also by I think in a situation like this one, attention to details, listening to questions carefully, and responding to those questions as authentically as one can do is a very important quality. I think those are really great qualities that I have seen from all the teams, all the members of both teams. As far as citation of authorities are concerned, even authorities that have been requested outside of the facts and issues in front of the case. I think the members of the different teams managed to successfully make reference to those authorities. The only observation that I have is when going outside of, for example, the authorities of the African Commission or the African Court, for example, it would help if reference is made, for example, to Article 60 of the Charter, which basically gives the legal foundation for seeking those external authorities. Having said that, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for a brilliant job that you did and for your excellent performance. And certainly, you are very much ready to be colleagues and friends in this noble journey for achieving the ideals of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. So congratulations, well done, and please go and continue to do a great job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, African Commission on Human and People's Rights. I observe now that the presiding judge is with us. She has connected back. And now we'll have to hand over to her the responsibility of announcing the result. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice Anuka, for standing in for me. We are in the virtual world and these technical hitches happen. So I believe every judge has given their remarks. Oh, okay, thank you. Again, I want to congratulate all of you. And by way of remarks, I must say I am impressed and I am hopeful that as we proceed, we would have champions on the continent promoting and protecting human rights, irrespective of where you work, whether you're working for government or whether you're working for as a private practitioner or as a civil society organization, that you would all be engaged in promoting and protecting rights as enshrined in the Charter. Just one small point was that I was looking out, since the scripts have principles and issues about freedom of expression. I was looking out for a reference to the Declaration of Principles of Freedom of Expression and Access to Information that was recently adopted by the African Commission in 2019. And Principle 9 and Part 4 of that declaration, they were very relevant to this case. But having said that, I think you did well. You did put in a lot of work. And it is now my pleasure, my honor to announce the winner. And the winner is the applicant team. Thank you very much. I'll hand over to the moderator now. Moderator.
Yeah, it's a little bit, I mean, you know, like applauding, giving applause is a little bit complicated under these circumstances. Yeah, so thank you very much, Benji, and thank you very much to both teams for a job well done. And looks like we are running a little bit late, and we have only one item, on the agenda. I'm going to invite Prof. Franz Filion to give concluding remarks, after which we will close the proceedings of this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sayat, and thank you to everyone who's still here. I think we should just also maybe break the suspense and identify the identity of our applicant and respondent teams, although we have the 4 names, just to then also link those names. The applicant team was constituted by Makerere University and the University of Pretoria. And the respondent team was constituted by the University of Ghana and Université Félix Houphouët-Boigny Cocody in Ivory Coast, in Côte d'Ivoire. So we have our winners. We congratulate them once again, and we thank them for their hard work. And, there's always got to be a winner, but we also know that it was a very close contest, and we congratulate everyone. We were certainly very well entertained and informed through your presentations. From my side, just very briefly, it is really a privilege to speak to everyone. I think some people are still also on the live stream. Let me say I take great optimism from what we see here today. In the first place, I think, as the judges said, we are in good hands. In Africa, we have brilliant, articulate human rights advocates who can represent the cases of clients in a future court processes, and we wish those who will do so actually well. We are, secondly, I think, also reassured by the fact that we can collaborate as Francophones in Africa and Anglophones. As you may know, the respondent team had that additional burden of having a French-speaking and an English-speaking team working together. We commend and congratulate them for having accomplished that. And this whole endeavor of the Moot, in a sense, is also an effort to bridge those linguistic divides that sometimes separate us in the continent. We also had a Portuguese round, and unfortunately, there was very small participation this year for the various reasons, but we hope to reinforce and strengthen that again in the future. The last reason why I think we can really take heart is the level of maturity of our human rights system was at full display as well. The extent of reference to the African Commission and the court's jurisprudence. Judge Anukam, you will know that this moot court competition has been on for 29 years. So clearly in the beginning phases, there was really nothing. There was no African court jurisprudence. And for me, as someone who's been part of this journey, it is really gratifying to see the extent of reliance now, obviously, on the jurisprudence of the African court. And Commissioner King, I can say that at least during the preliminary rounds, quite a number of the teams referred to the declaration, the new version, the 2019 version of the Declaration on Freedom of Expression and Access to Information, as I think you pointed out. So that was also gratifying to see. Let me just make a few thank you words, very gladly so. I thank everyone involved in this event. We thank Professor Coupe, Professor Lowe, Professor Tiam, who made remarks and set us on a good course. We thank, as always, the interpreters who assisted us so well. We thank, in particular, our 4 final round judges who really added so much luster, not only through their presence, but also through the way in which they engage with our teams, the remarks they made. We know that this is a Saturday. It goes far beyond the call of duty. We know that both the court and the commission is in session or had just completed its session. So there's a very deep sense of appreciation from our side at the center towards the judges for making themselves available for this task. Then to our partners in this organization of the Moot Court, Université Virtuelle de Senegal and the Cheick Anta Diop University in Dakar, we really are sad that we could not eventually be with you. I think the invitation, the logo, the motto of the Moot shows the figures of those, symbolizing the museum of slavery on the island of Gore. We would have loved to be there, to visit that, to be informed also by, the history that is on display in Senegal, to benefit from your generosity and your hospitality. But that was not possible. We hope nonetheless, as the Center for Human Rights, that we would see this as a start of a much firmer collaboration with these two universities. But above all, we have to thank our colleague, Abdul Khadre. He has been a pillar of strength. He's been the one on the side on Senegal, in the Dakar side, who worked so intimately, so consistently. As you can imagine, we are now at the final day, but this competition more or less stretched the whole year. So thank you so much, Abdul Khadre, for your very great contribution. Then I would also like to thank all the collaborating institutions, everyone that participated. I'm sure some are still on the live stream. The competition is only able to reach this final point because there are preliminary rounds. There was a semi-final round. Many universities participated. We thank every single participant to put themselves on display and put themselves, in a sense, in the line of fire. We appreciate the hard work, but in particular, we appreciate the faculty representatives, because as you may know, a student is only allowed to participate once in this competition. But the continuity that is provided by the universities participating is really through the faculty representatives, sometimes a committee of students that is there and consistently ensures high quality, high level of participation from universities across the continent. So thank you to you all. Then lastly, I think the University of Pretoria, the Center for Human Rights team, you could see Carol here on a Saturday doing the timekeeping. She's done so many other things in this Moot Court round. Many others, too many to mention really from the center side. But the one that certainly deserves mention is Sayat. Sayat, that I think every single person in the Moot knows very, very well, either from numerous emails, other engagement. And I think the name of Sayat is very closely linked in the minds of people who are engaging in this Moot Court competition. And it's for very good reason so, because he's devoted himself, he's given his energy, his talents, his commitment to making this competition that really was exceedingly difficult to certainly adjust. And that was done so seamlessly, so well, so professionally. My personal thanks, the thanks of the center, all involved in this Moot Court, Sayat, really goes to you. And I wish we could now go around through a round of applause and acknowledge that fact. But I thank you once again and appreciate you deeply. So thank you, Sayat. Lastly, let me conclude by just a small vision towards the future. As we said, it's 29 this year. Next year is a big milestone. It will be 30 years of the Moot, and it will take place in Cape Town, not quite Cape Town, in Stellenbosch, so in the southern part of South Africa, at the University of Stellenbosch. And that university happens to also to have its 100-year centenary celebration, so it's all around a great year of celebrations. We have the dates already, 26 to 31 July. We trust that the world around us in terms of COVID and other factors will allow us, but we certainly have an optimistic view that it will be possible. We wish to see all the universities and potentially some of the judges who had been here virtually, perhaps together with us in person in 2021. So once again, thank you to everyone who made this possible. Thank you to everyone.
Franz, may I remind you that it would be 40 years anniversary of the adoption of the charter as well?
Thank you so much, Commissioner Dasso. Yes, so there's another reason that we could add. It is also 40 years, African Charter on Human and People's Rights, as we know, had been adopted in 1981. So 2001, there's even another cherry on that cake-off celebration. Thank you, Commissioner Dazo. Certainly we will factor that into that equation. So once again, congratulations to the winners and the runners-up and the winners through the preliminary rounds. Many, many good wishes to everyone who may still write exams, and good wishes to us all until we see next time in the context of the moot. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you to you as well, Franz.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. You have done so well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep the flag flying.
Merci.
Madam,
Bravo.
Honorable King.
Okay, yes.
Nice to see you again.
Au revoir à tout le monde et encore bravo aux étudiants.
Mr. Chairperson, Honorable. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye, children, kids, or children, or lawyers, jurists to be.
Yes.
Bye.
And runners up. Bye-bye.
Yes, congratulations. We are so proud of
Have a nice weekend, everybody. Bye.
Bravo aux étudiants francophones
Bye.
aussi.